Hello there everybody, Sam Strange here, welcome back to the railway and welcome to another express running session. Now if you're new to all of this stuff, I've already done an introduction to steam and a separate introduction to diesel, so if you want to check those out, I'll put the link to the steam one up in the corner because I think that was my favourite. So today we're going to be looking at some different liveries of steam and diesel locomotives, and remember livery just means paint job if you're new to this sort of thing. So I'm also going to be picking out the unusual ones today. Now obviously unusual is a bit subjective, it's only going to be unusual to those who aren't familiar with them, but to me these are the ones that are the most unusual, the ones that you don't see all that often, and hopefully it's going to be really interesting. So we've got 6 to look at, hopefully you'll enjoy these. Let's go and have a look at the first one now. Alright, so this first one is an amazing model and I've not had this one for all that long. This might even be the first time I've ever shown it since the review. But either way, this is an H1 Atlantic from the LBSC, and this is a pre-grouping livery. It's known as LBSC Umber, and umber just being a weird word for brown, I think. It's basically just lined brown, isn't it? And yeah, how unusual is that? You would think that brown, I've said this before, but you would think brown would be a horrendous colour for a steam loco, but in fact it seems to look absolutely beautiful. Now, during the review for this, everybody was suggesting that I put this loco with Pullman coaches, so I have done just that, and I have to admit she looks absolutely amazing with Pullman coaches. So definitely those are the right coaches to run with these, I think, at least of the ones I've got. So let's start this off then. The LBSC H1, I wanted to say E2 then, but it is the H1. Here we go. Nice gentle start. Quite a good puller. It's only got 2 sets of driving wheels, and yet it can haul 5 coaches. So another weird colour for a steam locomotive is grey, and there are a number of different grey liveries out there. This particular livery is known as the NER grey, and this is the brand new Oxford Rail N7 locomotive, which is a 062 tank engine. A really interesting looking model. I should also give an honorary shout out to the SECR grey. That's what that looks like, as you can see. A really interesting livery. That one is probably just as good as this as far as unusualness goes, if that's a word. But let's get this started then. She's got 3 LNER coaches because it is an LNER region locomotive, or it later became part of the LNER. So let's get this started then and see what you think to this one. And this one is actually pulling from the front today, which is again quite unusual. I suppose tank engines did this quite often, but not so much on my railway, so it's nice to do that once in a while. So you may think that this last one is quite a strange choice because quite clearly crimson or maroon is not that much of an unusual livery for a steam locomotive, but it was quite unusual for a Great Western locomotive. This is a Great Western hull class, and most of those, the vast majority of Great Western locomotives and indeed hull classes were painted up in green or sometimes black, but never, I don't think, in Great Western days, maroon. So this one is the one exception. It was painted maroon much more recently than the Great Western days. It was painted maroon obviously for the Harry Potter films where it appeared as the Hogwarts Express, and it's remained in that livery ever since for subsequent films and later on in the Warner Brothers studio tour in London. So very interesting. It is a hull class, as I say, and it is Alton Hall. And I've given it some maroon Mark 1s just so that they look a little bit like the Hogwarts Express coaches. But this one isn't the Hogwarts Express, it does actually have the Alton Hall nameplates on it. So here we go. I thought I would include that one because it is quite unusual to see a Great Western loco in maroon like that. So let's have a quick run with these 3. So I think the most unusual so far has to be this, the H1. But the N7 grey, well, the NER grey I should say, is definitely not far behind, is it? That is quite strange. But I love it. It's very ghostly. I got a lot of comments on the review saying how ghostly it looks. And yes, I suppose it does. Lots of people were calling it Timothy. There you go, there's Alton Hall. Looks lovely in maroon though. I kind of wish the Great Western did a bit more of that. But no, they were very interested in making everything look related and interconnected, so all the engines had to match. So there you are, folks. I hope you enjoyed seeing those. They were pretty unusual, you can't deny it. So I'm going to pop these off the track now and get the next 3 unusual liveried locos on, so I'll be back in just a second. Alright, don't go anywhere. Okay, we are ready to go again then, this time with a diesel as you can see, and this is one that I reviewed not too long ago, but it is the Janus Shunter from Oxford Rail, and as you can see this is in a really strange, almost electric blue livery. So yeah, I don't think I need to explain any more about that. I think it's pretty obvious how unusual that is. And today I've got the Janus pulling some wagons. I had her pulling the BP tankers last time, so I thought I would change things up and put some open wagons behind her. So let's give this a try then, and by the way, if you want to find out why it was called Janus, look up Janus the god, and that should explain all. Okay, here we go. Okay, so next up is a no-brainer. It is Stephenson's Rocket, of course, the winner of the Rainhill Trials. And yes, this is a loco from the early 1800s, and for whatever reason they decided to paint this one bright yellow. And that's something that hasn't really been repeated ever since, as far as I know. But no, I think Rocket looks pretty good. Now, it hasn't been all that long since I last ran Rocket in a running session. However, I've given her a major overhaul since then. In fact, I've put pickups in not only the tender, but in the coach as well, which should mean that she can run now nice and slowly without cutting out. Now that doesn't mean that a motor won't stall anymore, and sometimes that happens, and no doubt it will, now I've said that, but hopefully we can get her to run really nice and slowly today, and that is the theory anyway, so whether it actually will work or not we will find out right now. So here we go then, Stephenson's Rocket in the very fetching yellow livery. Right, let's see if we can get this to start nice and slow. Yes, we can, look at that. Very cool. Okay, so this last one might not seem too unusual to you, depends if you're familiar with this or not, but this is a Class 2P from the S&DJR, or the Somerset and Dorset if you want to say that. Quite a small railway with its own special livery, and a lot of their locos were painted into this S&DJR Prussian blue, and this is a 2P from the LMS really, although as you can see it has been painted into the S&DJR livery. It's quite a nice livery, quite unusual too, so I thought why not run it. So let's get it started, shall we? And it's got some LMS coaches, I ought to say. There we are, hopefully you can see those. Alright, let's get this started then, the 2P. There we are, and let's see Rocket come by. There we go, nice and steady speed. See that over the express point too. Amazing. I don't know about you, but it brings me immense pleasure to see this Rocket running so nice and controlled, I suppose. There we are, nice and slow. So you've seen all of today's engines now, so you will have to let me know which was your favourite. I think for me it's been a toss-up between the N7 and the H1 Atlantic. Those first two, absolutely love those. Got quite a nice moment going on here. We literally have Rocket and Janus racing each other. And I, honest to goodness, did not set that up. Oh, Rocket's taken ahead. They really do have a mind of their own. I seriously did not set that up. Wow, pretty crazy. Rocket's still living up to its name. Yep, Rocket's out ahead. Trouble is, I've put pickups on the wheels. It does mean that there's a bit more drag, so it's not quite as stable a puller. It does tend to wheel slip a little bit at times. But as long as it comes down Gordon's Hill rather than up it, it seems to manage just fine. And thus why it runs so much faster down this side of the room. But that's alright. You know, they weren't all that powerful in real life, so I quite like that the Triang model there reflects that. Sorry, Janus, you lost this one, mate. Alright then, folks, well I hope you enjoyed seeing some unusual liveries. Of course, if there are some liveries that you expected to see, or maybe liveries that you would have liked to have seen that I didn't include, do let me know in the comments what those were, and maybe we'll do another one of these one day. But for the time being, thank you all very much for your company. I do hope you enjoyed it as always, and I will see you all very, very soon. Cheers, everybody.